Good morning out there, out there. Come in here, out here. Vivi's here. We've had our walk. We had a lot of sniffing in the woods this morning. So welcome to the Sentimentalists, where we talk about what's not important, so we can, actually it's what they think's not important, right? Because we live in a culture where, we're really told a lot about what's really important. Got to keep up, you know. Oh, I'm reading I told you last week, I'm reading this book by Ross Gay, Inciting Joy. And every chapter is just devastating in how he reveals what takes away our joy and where it really is. And it's not the same as happiness. You know that, though. So, Viv, that's joy. Look at that. Come on. Maybe we need joy testers. Yeah. Well, boy, are we. We have over 70, right? Santas or more. Is that right, Julie? I think. Yeah, Julie said, I think so. She's working with her yarn, of course. And, she found the most wonderful station for Christmas music. We start Christmas about mid-April. I do. That comes from my grandmother. I should show up that right over here where the camera is, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 absolutely just stunning stocking caps. Different colors woven together. And you know, some not so good little boys and girls are going to get them anyway. Yeah. So we went to the Christmas parade on Saturday. That lasted, what was that? We timed that. I think it was 7.5 minutes. I think that was what it was. We found a parking place and that was it. Yep. And then we trimmed a tree. It's over here to my right. I don't know how it stands up. There's so many ornaments on it. You know, one of the fun things is, ever since our daughter Meredith was little, we saved the children's books and the toys that she loved. And then when she was about 18 or 19, every Christmas we give, I know some of you know this, we give one of those back to her. And you should see the light in her eyes when she opens that up. Frog and Toad! Oh! We've run out of toys, so we're into this big shelf of books that she loved. Good morning to Mark and Ben, Maddox, Mariana. And again, December 14th coming right up. That's a week from yesterday. 7 o'clock. Let me know, or any of your friends know, if you want the length. Length? That's pretty good. The link to our December 14th, The Landscapes of Poetry reading. Wonderful poets. They'll each read 2 poems. And the variety, you know, keeps you interested from things turning the same, so that's lovely. And they're so good to be with. Nothing pretentious. Oh, they're just so wonderful people. Such wonderful people. And then let's see what else we have here. We went out to this fellow's cabin, his family's, way up in the dunes. We just found it up in there. He found this place 100 and some years old, and it was abandoned, and he saved it. And people sit around, and it's all big comfy furniture and just, you know, cozy pot-bellied stove and 2 fire pits outside going, and it just felt, it was remarkable. And then an old, wonderful, like radio time mic. And anybody could get up. About 4 people would read something, and then there'd be a break for food and drink, and then 4 more. It was just hanging out. And Edgar Wolff was there. You got to check out Edgar's books. Magical. D.R. James and his poems. Christine got frightened and read her poems. Don Stafford. Anyway, what a sweet, sweet evening. Gosh. And then we went to the Christmas concert. See, all these things are things everybody does. Nothing special except it's special, right? And the Lakeshore Chorus did their Christmas concert at the Center for the Arts. Shay Tuttle, one of my students, they bring me such gifts. Can you believe Shay was in New York Times Sunday magazine? Now the college probably won't pay any attention to that. She's not a reformed minister. But actually, I think she has a divinity degree. That's pretty funny. She's the person who wrote the Mr. Rogers biography. But the New York Times Sunday magazine. Wow. I wrote some poems about my dealing for 20 years or so with mental illness, and sent them to a magazine that deals with that, and they rejected them all. That's hard, That's hard, but I'm having fun. Yesterday Meredith came over, and we all sat around, and we have all this brown paper in these big rolls, and then that's what we wrap packages in, and then we draw on them. That's our Christmas paper. And of course Meredith, what she drew. And well, anyway, and it's been a hard week too. People we care about, we've lost. My circus man's son that I grew up with, Randy Smith. Randy was quite a man. He was born this way. He could move one finger. He was very, very smart. Had a couple degrees and just loved thoughtful conversations. Very talented, could write poetry, could paint. He conducted nonviolent communication. And then we would do these, and he and I would hang out. And he taught me so much. He taught me every day. He teaches me, because every time I go like this, he couldn't. Just like this, where I look over there, or I pat this dog. It's just everything I do, he couldn't. His whole life. And that's one of the greatest things ever taught. And then we'd have the craziest senses of humor. And we did this routine once about it. I'd say, "Did you ever get one of those itches that you can't? Just try it. You reach, and then go." And then Andy would go, "Oh yeah, that's just terrible. That's miserable." And of course, he couldn't move. I mentioned. Let's see, what else? Do we have any notes here? Anything that is inane that I've left out here? I don't think so. I just want to call attention to everything that's walking around. I mean, how lucky are we? This is why this book about joy is so important. Is we live in this culture where we have to be something instead of we get to experience things. So we walk around. Julie said me what?
Did you talk the joy?
Yeah. The joy book? Julie just asked me if I've been talking about Inciting Joy, Ross Gay's book. Right. I think so. Here's a couple others. The Ponies at the Edge of the World. This is a woman goes to live in Shetland, and you're there when you read it. And Dear Phyllis Colday's Staying Power. I got to write a blurb for this, and on the same page as Carrie Newcomer. How can you? I mean, how do these things happen? I don't do anything. They just come my way, and that's just what this is about. Stop and read Inciting Joy. Just stop and look. And there it is. And Julie's saying something else.
Do you need a book?
Do I have the book?
You have the book.
The Inciting Joy book. Oh, I could hold that up. Sure. It's in the cottage. Yeah. But beginning of my blurb, I think maybe I read it last week. If you're weary of books telling you how to live your life, with how to be your best self, how to thrive, blah, 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 this is a book called Staying Power. Staying power. Just, come on, we're living in the ruins. You know that. Capitalism's ruined everything. It's the best thing there is, but it's gotten into the hands of, people who don't care about who work for them, mostly. So we're just living in the ruins. I grew up in a little town. I never once in 21 years heard anybody talk about money. They only said, I'm making ends meet. I haven't heard that phrase in so many years. And it's one of the most beautiful phrases. Well, yeah, I'm making ends meet. Inciting Joy, Ross Gay. Devastating, stunning. Anyway. Man, is he angry in behalf of joy. Isn't that wonderful? Man, is he angry in behalf of joy. He's our prophet. And then last year, and we have to get it out this year because the Polar Express makes me cry, and Julie got me the bell. There you go. So that comes out at Christmas, doesn't it, Vivian? Yeah, we have our bell. Yeah. And then Marianne Sunquist, when Jerry Stern, the late Jerry Stern now, passed a couple weeks ago, a month ago, dear Jerry Stern came to stay with us, and when he read at the college, and of course he's Jewish, and when he read at the college, he said to the audience, Whitman was Jesus. Is that hilarious? And that dear Marianne Sunquist sent this t-shirt, had it made, and sent this my way. Well, as I said, D.R. James was there the other night, and I should have read this poem for him because it's for him. And it's called It's Christmas. I heard someone say, again, and the anonymous stars burned down the way our daughter made her way down the alley behind our home. But the old carols stayed, and the old song sung off key stayed off the charts. Meanings matter only to the anodyne of intellect. Believing is irrelevant, mere panache beside the mystery. Oh, it's crucial to those who need its winter coat, vital to those who insist there is nothing. Both leave the days in their own wake. Today we're going to every store in town. We'll buy everything. We'll give it all away, wrapped in last month's news. We'll stop by the manger, say hello, and offer that we did our best. Back home, we'll pile up apples, pears, tangelos, and kumquats, hang a wreath on the back door, lock the front door on anyone selling chances or guarantees, or anyone asking us to ring a bell. If it snows, we'll tow our sleds to the top of McGuire's Hill, take a running start, and just like last year, make it all the way down. Then head back to the bourbon in the cabinet, The trays of dates and frosted gingerbread sheep, cows and donkeys on the kitchen counter. We will pretend to pray, knowing we can always stay off key. For Dr. James. Be kind. Try to be cheerful. Thanks for looking in. If you know anybody who might like to look in, let them know. Take care.